Today's news. Hearing on Adnan Hajizadeh's appeal to continue on October 21st. Elections discussions held in SAS newspaper editorial office. Third Regional Conference on Human Trafficking underway in Baku. Executive head sues citizen for his appeal. Roundtable on place of female leaders in society held. Emergency Situations Ministry deputy receives flood sufferers. Annulment of daylight savings time required in Azerbaijan. The Baku Court of Appeals held a hearing on imprisoned blogger Adnan Hajizadeh's appeal for early release on October 1st under the chairmanship of Judge Sabikhan Mirzayev. The hearing was postponed to October 21st at 3 p.m. The judge postponed the hearing because the Justice Ministry representatives were absent. Adnan Hajizadeh requested that the judge ensure the Justice Ministry representatives participate in the hearing. The judge considered his request and postponed the hearing. The appeal of blogger Adnan Hajizadeh regarding his early release was not considered positively in the Gardok District Court under the chairmanship of Judge Rufan Mursalov. Bloggers Amin Milli and Adnan Hajizadeh were arrested regarding the incident that took place in a Lebanese restaurant on the 8th of July 2010. Although they were beaten, they were sentenced to 2.5 years of imprisonment and 2 years of imprisonment respectively under the charges hooliganism and inflicting intentional minor bodily harm. Local and international communities have no doubt that the bloggers were imprisoned under trumped-up charges for their dissenting opinions. A roundtable was held on the 1st of October in the SAS newspaper editorial office on the assessment of the election campaign's preliminary stage and press duties in the National Assembly elections coverage. Representatives of different political parties, mass media, and international organizations participated in the discussions. SAS editor-in-chief Behruz Guliev said that the roundtable aims to discuss the course of the election campaign, the role of the press, the election campaign coverage. Boyuk Gurulash Party chairman Fazil Gazanferoglu said that the signature collection continued as planned. Azerbaijan Democratic Party chairman Serdar Galaoglu said that it is not worth speaking of a democratic election campaign because there is no foundation for constitutional democracy. He objected to the state allocation of 200 AZN and 28 days for candidates' campaigns. Member of Parliament Musa Guliev, a new Azerbaijani party affiliate, said that in most countries the governments don't allocate funds for election campaign financing. As for the reduction of the election campaign duration, political parties should always campaign. It was always claimed in the discussion that the Soros Foundation provides financial support to the Azeri opposition and holds confidential meetings with opposition leaders. Chairman of the Open Society Institute Assistance Foundation, the Azerbaijani department of the Soros Foundation, Mehman Aliyev, dismissed these claims. I hereby state that the foundation doesn't hold any secret meetings with the opposition and doesn't finance it. The fund assists in the establishment of open and transparent society in Azerbaijan. The Third Regional Conference on Human Trafficking is being held at the Hyatt Regency Hotel with the participation of local and international experts. The event's aim is to exchange ideas and experiences. The conference, organized by the International Migration Organization Office in Azerbaijan with financial support from the U.S. State Department as part of the project Enhancement of Cooperation for the Human Trafficking Fight and Efficiency in Azerbaijan through Capacity Building and Technical Support. The regional conference is holding discussions on the establishment of effective preventative strategy on the fight against human trafficking in Western Europe and Southern Asia, sustainable assistance and social reintegration mechanisms, and technical issues. The event started on September 30th and will last 3 days. U.S. Embassy spokesperson Terry Davidson spoke on the opening of the event. He said that human trafficking exists in different communities and countries, including the USA, as well. Azerbaijan has no protection against this problem either. Azerbaijan is a source and a transit country for groups subjecting persons to sexual exploitation. The U.S. has allocated $250,000 to anti-human trafficking programs in Azerbaijan, said Davidson. Today, October 1st, the Yasamal District Court held a hearing on the Yasamal District Executive Administration head Ibrahim Mehedev's criminal lawsuit against citizen Yagub Muradzadeh. Judge Elchin Gurbanov presided over the court hearing. Special plaintiff's representative Azer Tagiev, his lawyer Zaur Niffeliev, and the defendant Yagub Muradzadeh and his representative Ali Baba Rizayev participated in the hearing. The defendant's lawyer, Ali Baba Razayev, filed a motion to summon the special plaintiff himself to the court hearing and to send an information inquiry to the prosecutor office about the special plaintiff. Representatives of the special plaintiff objected to the motion, and they filed a motion to send an information inquiry to the Internal Affairs Ministry to reveal whether the defendant had had an earlier conviction. Judge Gurbanov rejected the defendant's motion, citing the lack of a document proving the plaintiff's guilt, and fulfilled the plaintiff representative's motion to send an information inquiry to the Internal Affairs Ministry about Mirazadeh. The next hearing was scheduled for October 15th at 2:30 p.m. Mehdiev sued Mirazadeh in a criminal lawsuit under Articles 147, defamation, and 148, insult, of the Criminal Code, claiming that he was subjected to insults and defamation in the complaint letters about Mehdiev, written by Yagub Mirazadeh to different state bodies. Mirazadeh stated that he was the editor of Yeni Gazette, which was published from 2004 to 2006, and is currently not in operation. On the 1st of October, in Novosti Azerbaijan Press Center, a roundtable was held on Western leadership technologies forming female leaders. The event was organized by Public Union for Women Leadership. The roundtable organizer devoted the event to the conclusions of the Support for Youth Female Leaders Formation Project. The project is being implemented by a support council for NGOs under the president. The budget of the 5-month project amounts to 6,000 AZN. Union chairwoman Ulker Abdullaeva said the project authors conducted a survey among 200 women 18 to 35 years of age. The question, "Do you want to learn leader technologies?" received positive answers from 170 people. 70 of them became involved in the project. They had to answer 5 questions at the end of the training course. 55 people, gaining the necessary 80 points to pass, received certificates. They operate as trainers from this point forward, said Abdullaeva. The documentary People Moving Towards the Light was shown at the event. The participants of the film are ordinary people. They answered 20 questions about the place of women in society. Most of the men said that the place of women is in the kitchen. The main duty is to bring up the children and care for her family and husband. Most of them consider the notions of women being leaders and politicians incorrect, noted Abdullaeva. Sabirabad region Alilambai village residents demand the establishment of a commission to evaluate their losses after the Kur floods. Village resident Bakhtiar Mahmadov says that residents of 70 of a total of 172 houses in the village cannot get compensation. The compensations are only allocated for the residents whose houses are considered damaged by the Emergency Situations Ministry. The village residents say that after the floods, their houses became dangerous, but they do have some value. And heavy rains can result in a tragedy. The village residents don't get food aid either. The food is distributed under unknown criteria. We hoped for financial assistance from the government, but we didn't get it, said the residents. The flood sufferers, whose names were included on the list, received anywhere from 400 to 600 AZN in compensation. Some received 800 to 1,500 AZN compensation. It is not clear whether the compensation depends on the number of family members or another factor. The village residents also are disappointed with the collection of the energy fees from 25 houses, whereas the president has stated in his TV speech 2 months ago that the residents of damaged villages will be exempt from energy fees for the coming 3 years. The residents added that 2 months ago they appealed to the executive head, Haydar Abbasov, requesting him to assist in the establishment of a commission. They repeatedly phoned 112 service of the emergency ministry. There has been no response. Villagers are also concerned that the situation is not improving, though winter is nearing. The flood has inflicted great damages to their households and they have no funds for living.
On the 1st of October, in the Azerbaijan Human Rights House, the Defense League for Children's Rights held a press conference regarding the annulment of setting the clock forward 1 hour for the start of summer in Azerbaijan. League head Yusuf Bekirov said that he appealed to the Constitutional Court in favor of the annulment on the 21st of May. The appeal emphasizes that the transition to the summer period will negatively influence people, especially children, women, elder people, and pregnant women. The League asked that the Constitutional Court request that the Cabinet of Ministers annul the time change. The League also asked the Ministry of Health to release the conclusions from its investigations of the health damages that people suffered during the time change. However, it was revealed that the Ministry of Health had not conducted any investigations. This lack of information presents a health threat to the population. Another appeal was addressed to the Statistical Committee, since the Cabinet of Ministers claimed that the time change conserves electrical energy. The Statistical Committee had not responded to the inquiry of how much energy is saved and how much of an increase there is in the demand of first aid during the time change. Bekirov said that Georgia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan rejected the time change, and the Russian law supporting the time change is being considered in the Russian parliament again.